Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next episode of Madness Classics. Today we are going over Batman Returns. Now this is, in my opinion, one of the best Batman films of all times. Now, this film had a lot of controversy back in 1991, right as this movie released. There were a lot of issues and a lot of hate towards this movie, so since I grew up on this movie and the entire 4 Batman movies, we're going to go over this. We're going to see what holds up, what doesn't, and talk about the movie and then give it a final rating. Alright, now, in this beginning part of the film, it's all very different. It's a new change-up. But as you can see here, it has this, guy, and, which is one of the villains' father's parents. But there's a few things about this that I think are very bad. To start off, cat steal. This dude's a cat thief. What's going on? He's like doing weird stuff to that cat. Okay, now I think this part coming up here is where it's like the worst. And maybe this is where a lot of fans of Batman, got angry with Tim Burton and whatnot. Is with this part coming over, they're gonna be throwing that little thing there. So let's see. Just show you guys here. Yeah. But there is one thing I do like about this movie, though. Now, this part right here, I think is the best intro to a Batman movie. You have this, cave and... oh, yeah. Danny DeVito, great cast, all-star. Michael Keaton, Danny DeVito, Michelle Pfeiffer, Christopher Walken, baby. Oh, these are my characters. These are my movies here. What I grew up on. Batman Returns. Oh, yeah. You can definitely tell that here in the first parts of the movie that they give a good and explosive intro. Now, this intro, I like it. I really enjoy it. But, we're going to be digging deeper and deeper into the film. I'll be showing, a few parts in there. I don't want to show, the entire thing because of copyright issues and yada da 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 da. But, we'll show vital parts of this movie that I think are good as well as bad. So, let's get down to it. Finally, here we get to see what Gotham looks like after the events of Batman 1989. And, it's Christmas, people are, supplying on food and all that good stuff. But there's a lot of stuff here. So great that we get to see Alfred here in the beginning of the film. That's one thing I actually think they did right compared to 1989. Because, he wasn't really noticed in 1989 much. He had a very, very small role. And he's even starring in this movie. He's like one of the stars. So, I think Tim Burton did a good job here on adding him in a little bit more. Enter the con artist. Now, here's a few things here that I like to mention right off the bat. Christopher Walken and the character Max Schreck. This is the one thing that we haven't seen hardly at all in any other Batman films besides this. Now, Christopher Walken, I think he has done an amazing job with this character, no doubt. And his evilness, his sly way of doing things is, kind of what builds his character so well into this movie. But, let's, forward this a little bit. We get to see, Selena Kyle right there during the conversations. Now they're talking about, like, Christmas stuff and power, energy plants. And, oh, hey, Gordon's finally in it. Now, I like this part here. This part here, I think, is awesome, without a doubt. Let's, look. Bat signal. Oh, yeah. Shine down that house. I need to make that my thumbnail right there. That definitely needs to be my thumbnail, without a doubt. Oof. Finally, there's the Batmobile. Still looks great. And the town is under crazy riots, and it's bad. Yo, the Penguin. And then the Batmobile again. Oh, yeah. Yo. Run, Christopher Walken. Run like it's your last dinner, last supper. Alright, here we go. Guy's shooting at his Batmobile, which is bulletproof. Oh! I guess Batman's passed his no-kill rule. He's definitely killing people in this one. Oh yeah, the only well, I don't want to say the only, but one of them, where he's passed that rule. Smoking! Yeesh. There's Selena Kyle getting her glasses. It's heavy stuff, man. Okay, now one of the things that I think we need to bring up here with this review and kind of talk about is both, again, Max Schreck, Christopher Walken's character, and then Danny DeVito's character, the Penguin. And I think that, the first time that I watched the movie, I, kind of felt bad for the Penguin, or Oswald Cobblepot, in a way. Now, although I've never really read the comics, I've heard that this, kind of sticks with the comics a little bit, but not all that much. But there is a part from one of the scenes in the film between Max Schreck and the Penguin, which I think we all should see.
But most of all, I want to find out who I am by finding my parents, learning my human name. Simple stuff that the good people of Gotham take for granted.
Now, like I said, when I first watched Batman Returns, I was like 3, 4 years old, and when Max Schreck and Cobblepot, or the Penguin, were talking about there, and DeVito said that he wanted to find his parents, learn his human name. I felt like, something that could be relatable, and you kind of feel bad for him if you watch the movie for the very first time, because you feel like he's this outcast that everybody in the streets of Gotham will turn to and judge and say, hey, that guy's built different. And I feel like DeVito kind of hits it right here with the emotion level in that scene. But yeah, definitely a good scene in my opinion. Now, let's talk about Michelle Pfeiffer, aka Catwoman, or Selena Kyle. She, in my opinion, is still one of the best actresses to play the part as Catwoman. Lenny Kravitz's daughter is second, in my opinion. But the role that she did during it, I felt like was pretty good. Spot on to like how the actual character is supposed to be. This feline who's not 100% bad, but not typically good either. And has dealt with, bad men in her life. But, I think it was a nice touch that they added Max Shrek into its plot twist. And there's one thing that I actually don't like, that I kind of find cringy to this day. And, first I'm gonna show what happens to her to make her turn into the Catwoman, and then I'll talk about the thing that I think is weird.
For a second there, you really frightened me.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, she dead. She's totally dead. Oh, this kind of shows you how much of a slime ball Max Shrek is. Now, this is the part that bothers me here, is this very scene here. All these cats coming into her, what's supposed to be corpse. I mean, look at this. This is a bunch of cats getting all on top of her and trying to eat her alive, quite literally. Okay, so for the Batman Returns thing, we fast forward to right around the middle of the movie. This is where things get really juicy. And I say that term loosely. So, we get to see Batman, Michael Keaton's Batman, being brutal and taking a lot of Penguin's crooks out. And then, fast forwarding that, we also get to see Batman, Catwoman, and Penguin all together. Let's show that right now.
Yeah, go ahead and hit me.
Meow.
Okay, so now let's take another jump to the end of the film, or really close to the end. So, by this time, we deal with Max Shrek, Catwoman, the final showdown here between all of them. And Batman, or should I say Bruce Wayne, confronts Selina Kyle. And to retouch base on the subject, the chemistry between both Michelle Pfeiffer and Michael Keaton through the film is what makes the movie as great as what it really is. But I want to show you guys the that final showdown part where Bruce confronts Selina, and then lastly show a little bit of the ending of the film.
Why are you doing this? Let's just take him to the police. Then we can go home. Together. Selina. Don't you see? We're the same. We're the same. Split. Right down the center.
see right there that Tim Burton was probably going to do a Batman Forever, but because of the people during 1991 saying that, oh, this film's too violent, it's what killed him directing these good films. And I think we all can agree that A9 Batman and Batman Returns here is one of his best films, apart from Beetlejuice and Edward Scissorhands. But with this being said, though, not saying that Joel Schumacher's Batman Forever is bad, because, you know, it shined a little bit. But I will say that the whole thing with Batman here, the thing that bothered me the most is the fact that he was killing a lot in this film. Now, tried and true comic book fans know that Batman's #1 rule is not to kill unless it's absolutely necessary. That's, you know, one of those things where it's always been Batman's #1 rule into the caped cowl, because he doesn't want to turn into the same killer that killed his parents. He didn't want to be that type of guy when he would be in the Bat costume. So, kind of seeing that here in this film, we can definitely dock a little bit of points off it. But with how amazing and how great this film is, and how it's my favorite, and probably a lot of others too, I am ranking this a 9.5, just because of the acting, the cast and crew, the chemistry between Catwoman and Batman, as well as the fact that we still get to see the Batmobile. All these other things that go into play here that make this film as good as what it was back in 91. So, with that being said, that's all for this Madness Classic video for today. If you want to see me do another movie, put your movie request down there in the comments down below. I will see what I can do. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, turn bell notifications. We need good people, because that's what we're here for. And also, before we leave, go check out my Patreon page if you want to help me out and support me here on the channel. Prices to join is discounted from now till July 8th. So you really just got almost a week left before they go back to their original prices to join. So I will see you all on the next video, live stream, whatever it's going to be. And have a great rest of your day, everybody.